critical CPI reading. Markets are waiting for this CPI reading, which is out in the next few minutes. We're going to cover that off live together here. You can see here the expectations for the headline figure are 3.1% year over year. The core figure is coming in at 3.8 as well. We'll take a look at the monthly readings and see how the market responds in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Now you can see here Bitcoin moving powerfully here. So up 1.5%. People are a little bit disappointed at the anti-climax around the Bitcoin spot ETF, but that is a given. I would not worry too much about that. In essence, the volatility of the ETF came previous, right? It came the day before. You saw the volatility in the wick going up and the wick going down, and now Bitcoin can focus on what it wants to do, bouncing nicely here off its 4-hourly EMA ribbon. But you're seeing a very, very interesting trend right now, and that is that altcoins are popping off. This makes complete sense. You can see Bitcoin dominance here getting rejected a little bit here on the 4-hourly chart. Let's take a look at the daily chart as well to see how it's faring. Yep, it's losing its daily EMA ribbon, which is very, very, it makes sense, right? People are transitioning away from the Bitcoin spot ETF play. That narrative, that play is done, and now people, the speculators, not long-term holders, the speculators are looking to move their money across towards the next narrative. And what is that next narrative? No surprise for seeing what these next narratives are. Of course, it's Ethereum. We saw Ethereum, even when the hoax ETF got announced, have a crazy pump to the upside. Ethereum had a powerful day yesterday. Let's take a look at the Ethereum chart so you can see it breaking through 2600. I called this on the live stream yesterday, breaking nicely here through the resistance and working its way up. The next resistance, the next major resistance anyway, is sitting up at 28,000. Okay, 2800, sorry. So you can see here, if we take that measured move, you've still got another 8% or so to go. By the way, guys, we are actively trading. I'm actively trading in this market. Arbitrum and Optimism both delivered me approximately 30%. 30%. So excited, I can't even say the number. 30% spot returns on each of them. We also had Celestia delivering 18% returns just to its TP1. So I'm doing really well with my trading, and I'll share some of the next altcoins I'm looking at free in our Telegram group. Make sure you're in there, ijazcrypto.com/TG. Nice move here from Ethereum. Now, 3 minutes to go until the CPI reading. I will share that with you before I leave, but you are seeing Ethereum and Ethereum related plays doing particularly well today. Ethereum Classic here moving up 46.9. Ethereum Name Service moving up 61% here today. You're seeing other layer 1 solutions like Phantom rocket up 19%, Sui up 36%. A powerful day here for altcoins. And again, what is the narrative? Money flows into powerful, strong layer 1 solutions, and that's what we're seeing right now. You're seeing powerful moves here on a lot of the layer 1 plays because people are looking to search for yield. And like I've said every other time, Bitcoin moves, then Ethereum moves, and your things like Solana and Cardano and those things move, and then you go to your mid caps and your low caps, etc. That process has been seen. We know that's how it works, okay? So that shouldn't be a surprise for all of you guys. Interestingly, dollar index continues to get rejected here from the daily EMA ribbon. This is really, really good news. Remember, we need it to curl over just like that. So we just need that just to curl over here, have a nice move here to the downside, and that'll be really positive, not just for the S&P and the traditional markets, but Bitcoin and all our favorite altcoins as well. Let's shout out a few altcoins here, bouncing and reclaiming. This is very important, guys. They're reclaiming their daily EMA ribbon. This is very, very nice here. So Cardano up powerfully, almost 7% here today. Solana riding above its EMA ribbon very nicely here, up 3.7%. Casper here reclaiming its EMA ribbon as well. Phantom looking decently strong here, trying to close above its EMA ribbon as well. You've got Polygon Matic again, layer 2 scaling solution on Ethereum doing pretty well, up 6% today. Chainlink moving 3.5%, finally getting back above its daily EMA ribbon. You've got Polkadot up 6.64%. A really positive day in the market. You've got another layer 2 scaling solution here, again running with that ETH narrative, up 13%. Like I shared with you guys, I took the trade on Arbitrum and I took the trade on Optimism, both Ethereum layer 2 scaling solutions, and we caught that trade really, really well. Another trade we caught nicely here is Celestia, moving here nicely to the upside, trying to create a higher high and continue its way onward. So guys, we are actively trading, ijazcrypto.com/TG. Hopefully you guys click the link in the description and spend time with like-minded people. And I'm going to make sure we get this CPI reading, which should be out in the next 30 or so seconds. Just a quick reminder of the expectations. Markets are expecting 3.1% 0.1% on the headline, 0.1% on the month over month. For the core, they're expecting that to nudge down a little bit to 3.8, and they're expecting the month over month to stay the same there at 0.3. That's what we're going to take a look at here now. Let's take a quick refresh. See if we've got our figures in. Remember, this is the December CPI figures, and using this, Jerome Powell will then head into the FOMC meeting, which, by the way, the FOMC meeting here is on January the 31st. Majority of the market here are expecting firmly that we get a pause. Let's just give this a quick refresh, see if it's come up. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. And we want to see this December CPI reading. There you go, December CPI reading. Let's click into it. Let's open up that PDF. And there we go, December 0.3 there, 0.3 on the month over month headline figure. That is hot, guys. That is hot on the month over month. Let's take a look here at the individual data. So we've got the headline figure coming in at 3.4. That's hot, guys. That is not good. That's a miss on that figure there. Not great. Less food and energy, 3.9. Again, higher than expectations. It's a double miss there so far. This is not looking good here. This is not looking good here for the markets. Let's take a look at the detail. And we can see here the index for food at home increased 0.1%, and the index for food away rose 0.3. Energy index rose by 0.4. Yeah, not great, not great. 0.3% month over month, 3.4% on the headline, and 3.9. That's a triple miss, guys. That is a triple miss, and that is not good. Let's see how markets are reacting here in real time. Let me see if I can get the live split for you guys. Let's see if we can get split open. So that way you can see how the market is moving on the minute chart here. Let's see, it's got Bitcoin on the left-hand side let's put it on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, it's going to sell off, isn't it? Not great there on Bitcoin. On the left-hand side, let's see if we can pull up the S&P just to see how S&P is not happy, Bitcoin's not happy, miss on inflation. This is a little bit of a problem, guys. This could throw a spanner in the works, right? This could really, really upset markets here. Inflation really starting to rear its head again, and this is a bit of a problem, right? Inflation coming back in here, guys. I don't want to scare people, but look, this is just what we saw. This is what we just saw. The headline just inflected up, right? Oh, I'm just covering my head. There, it just inflected up. Now, the core has come down a little bit, fine, granted, but, this is still over expectations. Expectations thought that would come down to 3.8. So this red reading was supposed to come down here a little bit. This one was supposed to sit at 3.1. It's just reared its head again. This is going to be a bit of a problem. Let's see if these guys have updated their charts again. There you go. There's your 3.4, right? Missing from expectations. So that's kind of climbed back up again. Let's see on the month over month, that was supposed to come in at 0.1, that's coming at 0.3. That, in other words, that means that the runway, if you times that annually, is 3.6%, right? Which is about accurate. That is crazy. That's coming from 0.1 and 0 the previous 2 months. This is going to shake markets a little bit because remember, I know everybody's excited about the Bitcoin spot ETF, but in my opinion, this is the bigger macro narrative that's important for this year, right? We've got the Bitcoin halving, we've got the Bitcoin spot ETF, fine, that's crypto specific, but we need to see inflation come down. This narrative has to improve so that we can get rate cuts. Otherwise, we're going to get less rate cuts. We're going to stay higher for longer. This can be a problem. And the fact that this is sitting here sticky to the upside is not a great look here. Look at that, just forward down to 3.9. That was supposed to come down to 3.8. If we look at the month over month on core as well, hopefully they've updated that. They've not updated that just yet, but I can tell you that was supposed to come in at 0.3. So not looking good here on the inflation figures. Bitcoin here tumbling a little bit to the downside, giving up some of its gains, coming back down to 47,000. S&P in the initial moments here falling to the downside. We're going to have to watch this over the next kind of couple of hours to see if markets now start to price in whether, the markets already think we're going to pause. I don't think we're going to get another rate hike. I don't think Jerome Powell is going to panic and just do another rate hike at this meeting. But, any chance that we get a surprise cut is well and firmly out the window, right? We're going to stay at where we're at. We're going to have to see how that goes. Now, the problem is if inflation continues to stay high, if it continues to not go away, Jerome Powell may decide to unwind the rate cuts that the markets are expecting him to do, because if you look at the previous summary of economic projections, markets are pretty much pricing in we're going to get 325 base point rate cuts this year somewhere. But if inflation shows hot, if labor market continues to show hot, then maybe he'll start unwinding those. Maybe he'll just do 1 or 2 or maybe even none, just keep the rate high all year. So this is part of the problem this year. This is going to be a huge narrative for this year to see inflation coming down so we can get those rate cuts. Guys, if you appreciate this live information as and when the news breaks, smash up the likes, don't forget to subscribe. Join us in the Telegram group for up-to-date data, trades, analytics, TA patterns, etc. And I'll see you in the next one.